Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the English Speaking Nerds channel. We are absolutely thrilled to have you here with us today. I'm your host, Maya.
And I'm John. This is the place where we teach you authentic, natural English. Not the stiff, formal language from textbooks, but the warm, expressive words that real people use when they're sharing their experiences and connecting with each other.
Exactly. And if you want to master the art of describing your winter experiences like a native English speaker, we need your support right now. Please hit that like button and subscribe to English Speaking Nerds. Your subscription means the world to us and helps us create more content that truly transforms your English skills.
We genuinely appreciate each and every one of you. We love seeing your comments and learning about how you experience winter in your part of the world. Now, today we're diving into something really special, a topic that touches everyone, but that many English learners struggle to express naturally. We're talking about how to describe your winter in English.
How to talk about your winter. This is such a valuable skill because winter is more than just a season. It's an experience, a feeling, a time of year that brings unique challenges, beauty, activities, and emotions. Being able to express your winter experience in English helps you connect with others, share your culture, and express yourself more fully.
Absolutely. And here's something fascinating, and please stay with us because we're going to reveal this later in the video. There's one common phrase that English learners use when talking about winter that actually makes native speakers confused. We'll show you exactly what that phrase is and what you should say instead.
And that's just the beginning of what you'll learn today. We're going to cover how to describe winter weather in vivid detail, how to talk about winter activities and traditions, how to express feelings about winter, how to discuss winter clothing and preparation, how to compare winters in different places, and so much more. Plus, we have a secret technique at the end that native English speakers use to make their winter stories come alive.
So, let's jump right in. Maya, why is it important to know how to talk about winter in English?
Such a great question. Talking about winter is important because it's a universal experience that people love to discuss. Weather and seasons are among the most common conversation topics in English-speaking cultures. When you can describe your winter experiences vividly and naturally, you create connections, share stories, and participate fully in everyday conversations.
Yes, and there's something I call seasonal vocabulary that everyone needs.
Seasonal vocabulary. Tell everyone what that means.
Seasonal vocabulary is all the specific words and expressions you need to paint a complete picture of winter. Instead of just saying it's cold, you can say it's freezing, it's bitter cold, there's a chill in the air, it's frosty outside. Instead of just it snowed, you can say we got a dusting of snow, we were hit by a blizzard, snow blanketed the ground. Rich vocabulary transforms your descriptions from basic to beautiful.
Perfect explanation. And winter conversations often involve what I call sensory language.
Sensory language, what does that mean?
Sensory language is when you describe winter using all 5 senses, what you see, hear, feel, smell, and even taste. You don't just say, winter is here. You say, I can see my breath in the cold air, hear the crunch of snow under my boots, feel the icy wind on my face, smell wood smoke from fireplaces, and taste hot cocoa warming me from inside. This makes your descriptions come alive.
Excellent. And talking about winter follows what I call the specificity principle.
The specificity principle. That sounds interesting.
The specificity principle is the idea that specific details make your descriptions memorable and engaging. Instead of it was cold, you say it was minus 15 degrees Celsius. Instead of we got snow, you say we got 30 centimeters of snow overnight. Instead of I wore warm clothes, you say I bundled up in my wool coat, cashmere scarf, and insulated boots. Details create vivid mental pictures.
Wonderful. And many English learners face what I call the translation trap.
The translation trap. Explain that.
Translation trap is when you directly translate winter expressions from your language into English, and they sound unnatural. For example, you might say, "The winter is very much," when you mean winter is harsh or it's the dead of winter. Every language has its own idioms and expressions for winter, and learning the English ones makes you sound natural and fluent.
That's so important. And remember that common phrase we mentioned? Here it is. Many learners say, "I am cold," when they really mean, "I feel cold," or "I'm feeling cold." In English, "I am cold" can sound like you're saying your personality is cold and unfriendly. The correct way is, "I'm cold," meaning your body temperature, or better yet, "I feel cold," "I'm freezing," or "I'm chilly." This small difference matters a lot.
Perfect clarification. Now let's talk about describing winter weather. What are the different ways to talk about temperature?
For mild cold, you can say it's chilly, it's cool outside, there's a nip in the air, it's crisp. For moderate cold, it's quite cold, it's really cold out there, it's freezing, informal, not literal. For extreme cold, it's freezing, literal, it's bitter cold, it's frigid, it's arctic, it's sub-zero, it's bone-chilling cold.
Those show great variety. Can you give examples in sentences?
Sure. It's a bit chilly this morning. You might want a light jacket. It's really cold today. Make sure you bundle up before going outside. It's absolutely frigid out there, minus 20 degrees with the wind chill. Each level conveys a different intensity.
What about describing snow? How do you talk about different types of snowfall?
For light snow, it's flurrying. We're getting a light dusting. A few flakes are falling. It's snowing lightly. For moderate snow, it's snowing. We're getting some snow. Snow is falling steadily. It's a proper snowfall. For heavy snow, it's a snowstorm. We're in a blizzard. It's coming down hard. We're getting dumped on. It's a whiteout. Snow is really piling up.
Can you give real examples?
Of course, it's just flurrying. Nothing is sticking to the ground. It's been snowing steadily for 3 hours now. We were hit by a massive blizzard last night. We got over 40 centimeters. The description matches the intensity.
What about ice and frost? How do you describe those conditions?
For ice, the roads are icy. Everything is covered in ice. There's black ice on the roads, dangerous, invisible ice. We had an ice storm. The trees are coated in ice. It's freezing rain. For frost, there's frost on the ground. Everything is frosted over. The windows are frosted. We had a hard frost last night. There's a thick layer of frost.
Those are vivid. What about wind in winter?
You can say there's a biting wind. The wind is cutting. It's a bitter wind. The wind chill is brutal. There's a harsh wind blowing. The wind is whipping around. It's blustery outside. You can also mention wind chill. It feels like minus 30 with the wind chill. The wind chill makes it feel much colder.
Perfect. Now let's talk about describing what winter looks like. How do you paint a picture of the winter landscape?
You can describe the scene. Everything is blanketed in white. The world looks like a winter wonderland. Snow has transformed the landscape. Trees are bare and skeletal against the sky. Icicles are hanging from the roof. The ground is frozen solid. The lake is completely frozen over. Everything sparkles in the sunlight.
Can you give a complete descriptive example?
Absolutely. This morning, I looked out my window and saw a true winter wonderland. Fresh snow had blanketed everything overnight. The trees, rooftops, and streets were all pure white. The bare tree branches were outlined in snow, creating delicate patterns against the pale gray sky. Long icicles hung from the gutters, catching the early morning light and sparkling like crystals. The world was so quiet and still, muffled by the thick layer of snow.
That's beautiful. Now let's talk about winter activities. How do you discuss what you do in winter?
For outdoor winter sports, I go skiing. I love snowboarding. We go ice skating. I enjoy sledding with my kids. We went on a snowshoeing trek. I try cross-country skiing. We built a snowman. We had a snowball fight. For indoor activities, I curl up with a good book. We spend cozy evenings by the fireplace. I binge-watch shows under blankets. We bake cookies and warm treats. I hibernate indoors. Joking way to say you stay inside.
Can you put these in context?
Sure. Last weekend we went skiing in the mountains. The conditions were perfect. I've been hibernating indoors this winter. It's just too cold for me. Yesterday, the kids and I built a huge snowman in the backyard and had an epic snowball fight. The context makes the activities come alive.
What about winter holidays and traditions? How do you talk about those?
You can say, we celebrate Christmas in winter. We have family gatherings during the holidays. We decorate our home with lights. We exchange gifts. We have a traditional holiday dinner. We attend holiday parties. We go caroling. We watch holiday movies. We visit the holiday markets. Each culture has unique traditions you can describe.
Now let's discuss winter clothing. How do you describe what you wear in winter?
For basic items, I wear a winter coat. I put on a warm jacket. I need my scarf and gloves. I wear a hat or beanie or toque, Canadian. For layering, I layer up. I bundle up. I wear multiple layers. I dress in layers. For specific items, I wear thermal underwear. I need my insulated boots. I put on wool socks. I wear a down jacket. I wrap up in my parka.
What are common phrases for getting dressed for winter?
You can say, I bundle up before going out. I need to dress warmly. Make sure you layer up. Don't forget your winter gear. I wrap up in warm clothes. I put on every piece of winter clothing I own. Exaggeration for very cold days.
Can you give a real-life example?
Of course, it's -25 today, so I really had to bundle up. I'm wearing thermal underwear, wool socks, insulated snow boots, jeans, a long-sleeve shirt, a fleece sweater, my heavy down parka, a wool scarf wrapped twice around my neck, insulated gloves, and my warmest toque, and I'm still cold. This shows the extremes of winter dressing.
That's very relatable. Now let's talk about expressing feelings about winter. How do you share your emotions about the season?
For positive feelings, I love winter. I enjoy the snow. I find winter beautiful. There's something magical about winter. I love the cozy feeling of winter. Winter is my favorite season. I embrace the cold. For negative feelings, I hate winter. I can't stand the cold. I'm so over winter, tired of it. Winter depresses me. I have winter blues. I suffer from seasonal affective disorder. I'm counting down the days until spring.
What about mixed feelings?
You can say, I have a love-hate relationship with winter. Winter is beautiful, but harsh. I enjoy winter at first, but by February, I'm ready for spring. I like the idea of winter more than the reality. Winter has its charms, but it can be exhausting.
Can you give an honest, detailed example?
Absolutely. I really have mixed feelings about winter. In December, when the first snow falls, I think it's absolutely magical. Everything looks beautiful, the holidays are coming, and there's excitement in the air. But by late February, I'm completely over it. I'm tired of scraping ice off my car, shoveling snow, wearing heavy clothes, and dealing with the cold. The dark, gray days start getting to me, and I find myself desperately longing for spring. So I guess you could say I enjoy the beginning of winter, but struggle with the end of it.
That's so honest and relatable. Now let's discuss winter challenges. What are common difficulties people face?
Common winter challenges include shoveling snow, scraping ice off the car, dealing with slippery roads, walking on icy sidewalks, cold hands and feet, dry skin, shorter days and less sunlight, higher heating bills, difficulty exercising outdoors, seasonal depression or winter blues, getting sick more often, dealing with winter storms.
How do you express these frustrations naturally?
You can say, I'm so tired of shoveling snow every morning. My heating bill is through the roof this winter. I can never seem to keep my hands warm. The lack of sunlight really gets to me. I'm sick of scraping ice off my windshield. These dark mornings are killing my motivation.
What about winter preparation? How do you talk about getting ready for winter?
You can say, I need to winterize my car. We're stocking up for firewood. I'm getting my winter tires installed. We need to prepare the house for winter. I'm buying new winter boots. We're insulating the windows. I need to check our heating system. We're preparing for potential power outages.
Now let's talk about comparing winters. How do you compare different winter experiences?
You can compare severity. This winter is milder than last year. Last winter was brutal. This is the coldest winter in decades. We're having an unusually warm winter. This winter is nothing compared to what we had 5 years ago.
You can compare locations. Winters here are much harsher than back home. My hometown has much milder winters. We don't get nearly as much snow as they do in Canada.
Can you give a detailed comparison? Sure. I grew up in a tropical country where we never experienced winter, so moving to Canada was a huge shock. My first winter here was incredibly difficult. I had no idea how to dress properly. I didn't know what wind chill meant, and I couldn't believe that -20 was considered normal. Back home, the coldest it ever got was about 20 degrees Celsius, and we thought that was freezing. Now, after 5 winters here, I've adapted somewhat, but I still miss the warmth of home during January and February.
That's a powerful comparison. Now let's discuss winter food and drinks. How do you talk about what you eat and drink in winter?
For warm drinks, I love hot chocolate in winter. I drink endless cups of tea. Coffee warms me up. I enjoy mulled wine. Hot apple cider is my winter favorite. For comfort food, I crave comfort food. I make hearty soups and stews. I bake more in winter. I eat warming foods. I cook casseroles. I love winter comfort meals.
Can you describe a complete winter experience?
Of course, one of my favorite winter rituals is making homemade soup on Sunday afternoons. I love preparing a big pot of hearty vegetable soup or rich chicken noodle soup as snow falls outside. The kitchen gets warm and steamy, and the smell fills the whole house. Then I curl up on the couch with a big bowl of hot soup, some crusty bread, and a mug of tea, watching the snow through the window. It's the ultimate winter comfort experience.
That sounds absolutely wonderful. Now let's reveal the special technique we promised. This is how native speakers make their winter descriptions truly memorable. What is it, John?
It's called the sensory story technique. Instead of just listing facts about winter, you create a mini story that engages all the senses and emotions. You transport your listener into your winter experience by building a scene with vivid sensory details, personal feelings, and a narrative arc.
How do you structure this technique?
You start by setting the scene with visual details, then add sounds, then physical sensations, then smells or tastes, and finally your emotional response. You're not just telling them about winter, you're making them feel like they're experiencing it with you.
Can you give a powerful example?
Absolutely. Let me tell you about the most beautiful winter morning I've ever experienced. I woke up before dawn and looked out to see that a snowstorm had passed through overnight. The entire world was covered in pristine white snow that sparkled in the soft light of street lamps. I bundled up and stepped outside into absolute silence, that special quiet that only happens after fresh snow. The only sound was the soft crunch of powder under my boots. The air was so cold it almost hurt to breathe, and I could see each breath forming clouds in front of my face. But the cold air also smelled clean and pure, with just a hint of wood smoke from a distant fireplace. As I walked through the empty streets, watching the sky gradually lighten to pale pink and gold, I felt an overwhelming sense of peace and wonder. In that moment, I understood why people say there's magic in winter. The world felt reborn, perfect and untouched, and I felt incredibly grateful to witness it.
Wow, that description is absolutely captivating. I could see, hear, feel, and experience everything you described. That's the power of the sensory story technique.
Exactly. Notice how it wasn't just it snowed and it was pretty. It was a complete experience with specific details, sensations, and emotions. That's what makes winter stories memorable and engaging.
What makes this technique so effective?
It works because it creates an emotional connection. When you engage someone's senses and emotions, they remember your story. They don't just understand that winter exists, they feel what your winter is like. This is how native speakers share experiences that stick with people.
Now let's talk about cultural differences in winter experiences. How do different cultures approach winter?
In some countries, winter is severe and lasts many months, so people have developed elaborate systems for coping. Heated floors, thermal clothing, winter festivals. In other places, winter is mild or non-existent. Some cultures celebrate winter with specific holidays and traditions, while others see it as something to endure until spring returns. Understanding these differences helps you connect with people from different backgrounds.
How should English learners discuss their unique winter experiences?
Share what's unique about your winter. If you come from a tropical place, explain what it's like to have no winter. If you're from the Arctic, describe the extreme conditions. If your winter involves monsoons instead of snow, share that. People are fascinated by experiences different from their own, and sharing your cultural perspective enriches conversations.
Can you give an example?
Sure. I'm from Singapore, so the concept of winter was completely foreign to me until I traveled abroad. In Singapore, it's hot and humid year-round. We have two seasons, hot and very hot. When I first saw snow in person, I was like a child, completely amazed. I couldn't believe water could turn solid and fall from the sky. My Canadian friends found my excitement hilarious because snow is so normal to them. But for me, touching snow for the first time was a magical moment I'll never forget. Now I appreciate that there are so many different ways to experience the world depending on where you live.
That's wonderful. It shows how winter means completely different things to different people. Now let me ask you personally, John, how do you feel about winter?
Thanks for asking, Maya. Honestly, my relationship with winter has evolved over the years. I grew up in a place with harsh winters. So as a child, winter meant snow days off school, building snow forts, sledding down hills with friends, and coming home to hot chocolate. Those are some of my best childhood memories. As an adult, winter became more challenging. The practical difficulties of commuting in snow, the expense of heating, the short, dark days affecting my mood. But I've learned to embrace it again by focusing on what I love: the beauty of fresh snow, cozy evenings at home, winter sports, and the fact that winter makes you appreciate spring so much more. I think winter teaches us resilience and the ability to find joy even in difficult conditions. What about you, Maya?
That's beautifully said, John. And notice how we both used many of the techniques we taught today. We described sensory details, expressed honest emotions, used specific vocabulary, shared personal stories, and created vivid pictures of our winter experiences.
Exactly. Now we want to hear from you. Tell us in the comments, what is winter like where you live? If you don't have winter, describe your favorite season. Share your experiences with our community. We love learning about how people around the world experience the seasons.
This is a wonderful space to practice your English and connect with learners worldwide. Don't be shy, whether your winter is severe or mild, whether you love it or hate it, we want to hear your story.
And if this video helped you feel more confident about describing winter in English, please give us a thumbs up. It truly helps us know that this content is valuable to you.
Please share this video with anyone learning English who wants to improve their descriptive language skills, or anyone who loves talking about seasons and weather.
Subscribe to English Speaking Nerds if you haven't already, and turn on notifications so you never miss our weekly lessons. We're here to help you express yourself naturally and confidently in English.
Until next time, stay nerdy, stay curious, and remember that every season has its own story to tell, and you have the words to tell yours beautifully in English.
Thank you for being part of our learning community.
Keep learning, keep practicing, and keep sharing your experiences.
We can't wait to read about your winter in the comments.
See you in the next episode. Stay warm out there. Bye.
Take care, everyone.